Hey, good Thursday morning here, and thanks for logging on to BAMWX.com for a forecast update. We've got some of the latest data in, and we continue to see these models just, really kind of fluctuate back and forth and shift west and shift east, and so we're just kind of sifting through that noise and trying to get you the best possible outcome. Continued changes to the forecast are certainly on the table. That's the disclaimer right now. That's the way it's going to go from here on out. This will end up being a nowcast situation, but it is certainly something that we are trying our very best to have the best handle as possible on this. Winter storm watches are out. A little bit closer view here. You can see winter storm watches are out across central Indiana, all across southern Indiana, and in through North Kentucky and southern Ohio there as well. Now we take a look at this on Radar Loop this morning. We see our storm system back out here across Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas. Now this part here will actually lift off to the north and east, and then we're going to watch this developing piece of energy that's down here across Texas. That's going to sweep all the way down through the southern Gulf states and then sweep all the way up into Indiana. All right, temperatures right now are in the 50s. But boy, are these things going to change in a big way. Things are going to really change pretty quickly here tomorrow. This is the latest look at our high-resolution guidance. We can see as we go throughout the day today, rain will move in, and heavy rain will move in at times here throughout this evening and in through the overnight hours. All right, you can see here by tomorrow morning a very heavy just rain coming down. So any kind of pre-treatment with this is obviously not recommended or will not work, as it will just be washed off immediately. So you're going to have to be battling the elements, as this goes. You're transitioning to ice as early as about 1 to 2 o'clock in western Indiana, all the way from west central Indiana up to the northern part of the state. And then as we continue to do this, we're transitioning to ice from Fort Wayne to Indianapolis down through Evansville, right about that 3 or 4 a.m. time frame. All right, and as we go forward, you can see we continue to make that transition from ice to sleet, and then snow starts working in on the backside. So across northern Indiana, snow's working in around 4 or 5 a.m. It's working into the Lafayette area about 7 to 8 a.m., and then it's trying to transition to snow in Indianapolis around 10 to 11 a.m. All right, and then it will continue. Now, here's what's interesting. Some of the models here, especially this one, has more snow forecast, especially for the Evansville area. So that's what's interesting. We're going to have to watch kind of how this backside overall band develops. The updates this afternoon, we will be able to be more specific and more location specific and things like that, but we still need a little bit more confidence, a little bit more computer data in order to really get specific with this, because the changes can be so abrupt with these run-to-run differences. All right, so this is as we go throughout 1 o'clock tomorrow. Here's 1 o'clock. Most of the area dealing with rain, with snow. My apologies, snow there. With the exception of southeast Indiana, still dealing with the ice and the sleet. You can see that going on all the way throughout the central portion of the Ohio Valley. All right, so then what happens as we get into tomorrow evening, here's 4 or 5 o'clock. We have some differences. I have some models that are ending this at 4 and 5 o'clock and cutting down on snow totals here. And then I have some other models that aren't, and they're bringing the snow in as this area of low pressure kind of moves into the north and east. It fills in snow on the backside, and we see that deformation band develop. So that's kind of what makes more sense to us right now. As I've said all along, this northwestern-western shift, it makes sense to me. Now, if it ends up being incorrect, then it's going to be incorrect. But that's what just normally happens in these situations. All right. Normally these models continue to adjust to this. So this would finally cut the snow off. This is a snapshot here at 7:30 tomorrow, or 6:30, and then here's as we get out into the 10 p.m. time frame, and we're finally starting to shut this off. I think for the most part right now we're out of everything is moving east as of 7 p.m. and then it's slamming Ohio tomorrow night. That's kind of the thinking. Now, here's what's going to make things a little difficult. We're going to have that north wind. Okay, that north wind's going to be coming, gusting at times to 35 to maybe 40 miles per hour in spots. But a gusty north wind will continue Friday night into Saturday as well, especially as those winds or as those temperatures fall and the snow's on the ground. You're going to have that blowing and drifting snow throughout the area as well. So here's a look at the latest 3-kilometer NAM total snowfall forecast. All right, you can see here's where it's putting the heaviest of the snow from Fort Wayne to Muncie just to the east side of Indy down through Bloomington. Notice how it cuts off Evansville. All right, so this is where this band moving east to west 50 miles can make all the difference in the world. Huge differences in just a very small subtle shift here. All right. What's also concerning is the ice that falls out ahead of this. Okay, you're going to be looking at places here, especially across central and eastern Indiana, that can get 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of ice, maybe even a little bit more. It just depends on how this pans out, how the surface temperatures respond. But you're going to have snow falling on top of the ice. All right, so with that being said, this brings us our forecast map for now. And again, when we update this afternoon with more local specifics and more information, we'll change this as need be. But you can see the color table below showing a swath of basically 4 to 6 inches of snow with locally higher amounts of 6 inches. They are still on the table, and it's where that deformation band is going to develop. All right. So again, last minute forecast changes are on the table. This is the forecast for now. Again, note how we're still keeping the banding up to 4 inches or so down here across southwest Indiana. We're going to still keep that in the cards for now. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. All right. Real quick touch on this. The weekend turns nice, but then Sunday night into Monday, a potent clipper comes down, and we do have all models on board for a clipper system to bring accumulating snow into the area as we get Sunday night and into Monday. Now, in terms of accumulation, an early idea, look at this. It is a nice hitting clipper with high ratios, and this is what we're looking like with snow, possibly a 2 to 4 inch snowfall in the cards here Monday of next week. There's a lot going on. If you need anything, reach out, call us, text us, whatever the case may be. Have a great day.